Well, with the conclusion of that women's singles, we turn our attention to men's singles, and here the destination, Dubai. No surprise that Lee Chong-wei is top of the list. 6 Super Series played, 6 Super Series finals so far this year. Well, Du Pengyu going down a place, replaced by Jan Jorgensen, who is already through to the semi-final here in Indonesia. The big mover, Hans Christian Wittinghus, who we saw a little earlier, he went up 4 places after Japan, quarterfinal in Japan, of course. And in fact, the 7th, 8th and 9th ranked players, you can see there, joint 9th. The last 2 players on the list all lost in the first round in Japan. Well, the man Kenichi Tago, on that list, he was down as 5. I'd made him 4. I gave Duff information last week, I think. I said he'd go up to number 4. I do notice from the points, though, that he has got exactly the same number of points as Du Pengyu. So I wonder why they're not shared 4th position. We'll investigate that, won't we, Morten?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we would take all details in and keep you informed.
Absolutely. So, as we saw earlier, Lee Chong-wei through to the semi-final once again. We'll need to check the record book, because I think that's the 37th consecutive Super Series semi-final for Lee Chong-wei, but we'll check the records books.
Once again.
This, of course, the top half of the draw. And certainly yesterday we enjoyed watching both of these players in action. Kenichi Tago, the number 4 player in the world, the number 4 seed. He was semi-finalist here, can you believe it, 6 years ago, for a man that's only 24 years of age. Yes, he'll turn 25 next month, but that's a remarkable record. He must have been 18 or 19 when he first reached the semi-final here in Indonesia. His win-loss record for the year, only 4 individual tournaments, 3 semi-finals. Had to withdraw from 2 tournaments, the India Super Series and the Singapore, because of injury problems, but my goodness, didn't he come back well in the Thomas Cup finals. Had a tough first round against Kashyap Parupalli, saved match point at 20-21 down in that deciding game before winning it 24-22, and then against the left-hander yesterday, Chong Wei Feng, looked pretty impressive. He was steady and patient until about 15 all, as Morten had predicted, and then he just piled on the pressure and just saw the match home. So to his opponent, the 32-year-old Hu Yun from Hong Kong, up 5 places in the world ranking this week after his final round appearance in Tokyo last week. So number 10 in the world, he has been as high as 4, but he hasn't had the best of starts to the year, the first 6 months of the year. It wasn't until last week in Tokyo that he really came alive, and in reaching the final in Japan, where of course he lost to Lee Chong-wei, he beat Chen Long en route, and also Jan Jorgensen. Now, my goodness me, hasn't he battled to get through to this quarterfinal stage? Jan Min Nguyen of Vietnam in the first round, that was an hour and 4 minutes. And then in the second round, promoted from the qualifying, the 2012 champion, Simon Santoso. Well, there was a little bit of controversy in that hour and 10 minutes in the deciding game. And this man, Hu Yun, asked for a timeout. I think it was approximately 16 all in that deciding game when he called for the doctor. Had a bit of spray put on his knee, but had time to change his shirt. Still had to save a match point at 19-20. And after an hour and 10 minutes, eventually beat the former champion, 22-20, as I say. Well, this is the 7th meeting between the 2 men, and if you're a Hong Kong fan, that's a little ominous, isn't it? Kenichi Tago not only winning the last encounter, which was in the Thomas Cup in Delhi last month, he's also won the last 3 encounters. It was a good match in Delhi, though, wasn't it, Morten?
Yes, it was. Absolutely. good match. And I think we're in for another good match here. You know, I think Hu Yun is he's a cheeky fella.
Yeah.
The way he plays, you know, he's a cheeky fella. I like it. He takes the proper chances now and again.
Yeah.
And you know, in many ways you can say the same about Taco.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Sometimes they seem extravagant in their choice of shot.
On my right.
Let me put it this way. They take choices I would never take. But that doesn't say a lot.
No, it says a huge amount, Morton, to me.
Level. Play.
Fabio Beto. Italy are umpire calls for the match to get underway.
1 look.
Did you see the second round match with Hu Yun yesterday, Morton? Were you?
Yes, I was watching it. I was watching it, and it was a very good match.
Yeah, a little bit of controversy about the timeout and.
Look.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he was. Let me put it this way. He was pushing it to the limits in my book.
Yeah.
But as we discussed so many times earlier, you know, what can the umpire do if he's claiming injury and all that? There's nothing he can do,
No,
and
of course
he's got to, you know, call the doctor on court.
Yeah.
So he was pushing it.
Yeah.
4
I was having a very interesting discussion with our executive producer last night about the incident and about pushing the boundaries, taking the rules to the cusp of legality.
Those words.
Well, it's very difficult. I don't know where the dividing line is between fair play and gamesmanship. It's all very blurred, isn't it? But what a wonderful start by Hu Yun.
Yeah.
Oh, love. My goodness, mate.
Makes it look easy.
6 look.
6 love. Well, I wouldn't have predicted this.
No. You know, two players looking for the easy points. It's going to be interesting.
You know, I wonder. Well, you were watching Lee Chong Wei.
Yes.
I popped down to the Players' Lounge here in the
lucky
stadium.
you.
And I saw Kenichi Tago. He'd already been on the practice courts. He was already perspiring. He'd done his warm-up and everything. And I thought to myself, I think that's a bit early, really, to be absolutely ready. There was one full match to go. Now, I know that last week in Japan we had an incident where an all-Japanese women's doubles match was over after 9 points. One of the players had to retire injured, and players must be ready because match schedule says followed by, rather than a set time. But I wonder if he's been down here maybe a little bit early. The players, most of the players are staying in very close by hotels. You can walk to the venue, which
is very nice.
Very nice. I just wondered if he was in the atmosphere and a little too long, and
yeah,
maybe a
be.
theory.
Could be. Could be.
Previous encounters these two men have had against each other have gone the full distance.
Thank you.
We've had some tremendous matches already today on quarterfinals day.
2-8. Play.
I wouldn't be bowled over by surprise if this one went
Me too.
the full distance.
You know, we're talking midnight here.
Yeah, what's the local time? It's
almost 8 o'clock.
almost 8 o'clock in the evening. My goodness me, how time flies.
Yeah.
Play.
Oh, don't think it went over anyway. Oh, he must have taken that before the shuttle crossed over the net.
That's a good play. He's got a very good smash. Very good smash. And what I like about it is it's not only, obviously, it's hard, it's very crisp, it's fast, but it's the variation. You just don't know where it's coming. You can choose to play it anywhere, and so far I've not been able to find a pattern in it. So it comes totally at random.
10-4.
I've always thought he's one of the most underestimated players, born in mainland China in Wuhan. Moved to Hong Kong in 2005, started representing Hong Kong in 2008. So perhaps his physically best years missed out on international badminton while he was
in transition.
Yeah.
Play.
Good use of the body attack, aiming towards the right hip of Kenichi Tago. You see, here we are, 6-point difference at the mid-game interval. When he raced to that 7-love lead. Don't know whether Tago... Well, I don't have an explanation for it. As I say, I was very surprised he seemed so warmed up and ready for the match at such an early stage. Am I reading that right? 6 minutes?
For 120 seconds.
6 minutes to the mid-game interval.
Seconds.
Crikey.
Yeah, but that's a lot to do with that very quick start.
11-5.
Yeah, yeah, fair point.
Play.
Oh, that's a fault, surely. That had to be a fault.
No.
No, it wasn't called.
Oh.
11.
No, we really need to see that
I'm
again.
actually not sure it's a fault, but...
Didn't you see the net move?
No.
That's nice. That's short. Yeah.
Just putting on the heat. The young man from Japan.
7-11.
Yeah, you were talking yesterday, weren't you, about that signature shot, net play, where he gives it a bit of air.
Yes.
So tight to the net.
Well, that's just one of the shots, you know, if he plays Lee Chong-wei, he won't get away with it. And that's one of the differences, I think. And that's why he's got to keep developing his game.
Yeah.
Because, as you say, and possibly me as well, it's a kind of a signature
Signature.
thing.
11.
Yeah.
That's net play.
Mm.
And And obviously, you know, you get away with it if people are not aggressive, not quick enough, all that, you can get away with a shot like that. But against Lee Chong-wei, I'm sure he will kill 3 out of 5, 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
And suddenly you know, one of your weapons taken away from you, and you have to find other ways. And that's why I say he's still got to develop his game.
Oh, nice shot.
Point. Service over. 12-8.
Well, I know Targo's got a nice looking backhand there, Morton, but it does bother me sometimes the amount that he uses that high backhand.
Yeah, it's laziness. For that standard of play, it's laziness. He's got the speed and power, pace, everything. And it's good to see that
12-8.
Hu Yun is punishing him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, in the other match, Lee Chong-wei did exactly the same
Play.
in one of the last rallies against Vittinghus. And he didn't bother to go around it and play a forehand shot. So he played that very loose backhand shot. It was a decent length and all that. But Vittinghus, he just put it on the floor straight.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, even if you're Lee Chong-wei, it will happen to you.
It's over. 9-12.
So this is comeback time.
Missed it.
It's over. 13-9.
Doesn't make it easy for himself, does he, Targo?
No, you can't say that. Using a lot of energy. And maybe wasting some energy that he might have to use in the following matches.
Yeah.
But personally, I'm not impressed by the play of either player. I think, you know, it's not really heating up yet, and I think that too many quite simple mistakes are creeping in.
Do you think that's a reaction to 2 tremendous second round matches yesterday?
It could be.
It's over.
Because I was so looking forward to this one, and I'm with you. It's been a bit of a disappointment so far.
You see that shot, that backhand shot, nice shot, but Targo should get it in any time.
It's over. 11-14.
It's just not the intensity that we witnessed yesterday at all. And that's disappointing. Well, maybe it'll liven up a bit.
Yeah, well, I think that Hu Yun should have, you know, made the best of it. It had a very good start, very good lead at the mid-game interval as well, and you know, make the best of it. And now he's only 14-12 up. That's where, you know, I'm lacking to see the urgency when he was playing Simon yesterday. You saw all that, I want to win. You saw all the aggression. He tried every trick in the book to win this match.
Yeah.
And now he's like walking around like, oh, I don't know if I can be bothered.
I do think it is characteristic, though, of Hu Yun. He does wander around the court in between rallies as if he hasn't a care in the world.
Yeah, but you saw it yesterday.
Yes, I know what you mean.
You saw it yesterday. You saw that nerve yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to see today.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And I do understand that you have your own style and all the rest of it. I perfectly understand. But he's got it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, we discussed yesterday as well, didn't we, about the influence that your body language has on your opponent. You know, and today.
No, I would love to play.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. He's sending all these signals saying, oh, you know, come on, beat me. But I must admit, I play players myself, lots of different players. That, you know, if you get a good healthy start, they straight away start believing that they cannot make it, and then suddenly, you know, oh, never mind, business as usual, and they give it to you. So I think
you may have had that effect on opponent sport, and I struggle to ever have that effect.
But I think in many ways, Hu Yun is a kind of player. You know, you keep him far enough away in the beginning, and you know, say, oh, you know, this is too hard work.
Yeah.
You know, he's giving me that impression.
That's over. 17-14. That's over. 15-17. Thank you.
Oh, you've got to seize the moment.
Sport.
And this opening game, as you've rightly pointed out,
17-17.
really should have been done and dusted after the start that this man made. When it really is anybody's game, there's only 2 points in it. Now, just 1 point in it.
16-17.
Yeah, looked very awkward with his follow through there. Instead of the racket coming across the body, he seemed to bring it down his right side. Very awkward looking.
Yeah, I think he stopped it prematurely.
Ooh, indecision by the line judge. Are we going to have a challenge?
No, we're not.
17.
Because Targo told him it was out, so he he didn't want to challenge it.
17 all.
Tago Kenichi, challenge it. Out.
Now we've got our challenge. Called out. He thinks it was in.
Yep.
Well, I've got so many wrong today, I'm not going to even make an opinion.
You You don't have one.
No. Let's wait for Hawkeye.
Yes.
Here we go. Oh, it's just caught the line. It was in. What a great challenge. What a challenge.
I think it could be great to see the statistics on how many wrong challenges and how many right challenges.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there are many right ones. Correct ones.
You think most of the time the line judge gets it right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of desperation.
Oh my goodness me!
That's a beauty. That's what we want to see.
Yeah.
Service over. 18 all.
So both of the players are players who loves this situation. 18 all. Only 3 points to go. Really putting everything into it, and you can see Tago is really going. And now here we have the attack from Hu Yun. So it's totally different.
Yeah.
They're getting close to the end. They can sort of see the target, and suddenly, you know, it's totally different.
Yeah. Different intensity, different pace.
19, 18. Do it with your feet. No. Thank you. Wait for me.
Fabio Beto. Oh, very. No. He was too happy that Tago was asking for the court attendant to come on and do some mopping.
But he did it very quickly and very efficiently.
Yep.
He was on the job.
Second down in the opening game. 11-5 down at the mid-game interval. And now 2 game point opportunities.
2. He's waiting for that one.
Yeah.
That straight reply, look at that, how he was waiting for it.
Oh, what a comeback.
Yep, good play by Tago.
21-18.
21 minutes. And the opening game, which looked highly improbable right at the start of the match. Japanese fans will be mighty happy with that. Hong Kong fans will be wondering what on earth happened.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Such a sport.
Yeah, I know. Only 2 targets on goal. Uruguay against England.
That was enough.
2 targets on goal, 2 goals.
Yep. And England is struggling.
Yeah. I promised myself I wasn't going to mention the football.
It's too painful. But I know the feeling. Denmark didn't even qualify.
Yeah, well, I certainly wasn't going to mention that.
No, that's even worse. But we will be there next time, I'm sure. Or I hope.
120 seconds. 120 seconds.
Well, surely Kenichi Tago has got to make a better start to this second game. Psychologically, he needs to keep the pressure on his opponent, because Hu Yun must be thinking to himself, how on earth did I lose that opening game? 7 love up, 6 points up at the mid-game interval.
Service over. 1, no.
demonstrated that in the opening game. Seems to flap his arms and an effort to sort of will the shuttle over.
He's talking to it. That's good defense.
Yeah.
Clever defense.
Yeah. Well, that's more like the sort of rally I was expecting from the onset. Yeah, you're right, very clever. Crouching down, just punching the shuttle over his opponent's head.
And in good length.
Yeah.
All. Fly.
Yes. Well, I suspect that might have been a bit of a miss hit, actually.
2.
Especially given your comment in the opening game that what you like about Hu Yun's crispness of shot, that sounded very odd to me.
Yeah.
Sure it was a miss hit, but very effective nonetheless.
Three, 2. Service over. 3-all.
That's a good attack.
Service over. 4-3.
Favorite smash.
Yeah, but the lazy backhand again. You see from a singles player.
4-all.
Emphasising your point that if Lee Chong-wei can't get away with it, then no other player can get away with it.
No, not many.
Fleming Delphs, I suppose, going back a few
4-all.
eras.
Yeah, but that was a different time.
Yeah. Fleming Delphs, for those that don't know, world champion in 1977, first ever world championship.
First ever in Melbourne.
My goodness, there's another senior moment from me.
Yeah. I know the feeling. Oh, well, it was even worse. I played that tournament.
Did you really?
I played the first time.
5-4.
And I lost the first round to a Mexican player called Gonzalez, who was actually a very fine player, but I didn't know him.
He must have been to beat
No,
you.
I was very young. I was very young.
Nice.
6-4.
Well, Gonzalez wasn't the player that played with the glove on.
Yes, he was. That's a good memory.
7-4.
There you go.
Yes, he was. That's
Yeah.
that was a really strange thing, but yes, he did.
Yeah, the little grey cells are still working sometimes.
And he beat Fleming Delphs in the World Championships in 1980, I think.
Here, in this very
This
arena.
stadium, yeah. 3 years later. As the defending champion.
Now this is worrying times for Hu Yun.
It is.
Oh my word, that is good.
Well, I know it's easy to say now, but I'm prepared to put head on the block. And I think Targa will win in 2 straight games. I sense an urgency in his footwork already now in this early stages of this second game, and I think he's quite keen and prepared to carry through. And I feel that he feels it's a good opportunity to play Hu Yun in this quarterfinal. Just something I'm sensing. Good defense, but it's out.
Wide.
Yeah. That is a beautiful defense.
Yeah, lovely idea.
5.
Well, we had 11-5 at the mid-game interval of game number 1, and that accounted for nothing really as far as the game result is concerned. So whilst you're being bold in your predictions, and you've been pretty much right all week.
Yeah, but I just sense a lot more urgency to win in Targa like that. Like that. He's making that effort.
Yeah, and I know exactly what you mean. And again, get up. Oh, no.
I was pretty close to say that was possibly the most easy one of them.
Yeah.
But that's often the case.
You know, I think he was slightly wary of his movement, having dived once. I think he was afraid of slipping.
Yeah. Me too.
To see him get up again. And when he goes back for this one, I think he was a little wary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving towards the same spot again.
Yeah. I do love it how quickly the players get up now after the dive.
6, 9. Leg.
That's good.
7, 9.
Just thinking back to the first match this afternoon, Morton. I seem to remember you predicting that Hassan and Sethia One would win in 2 straight games, and it was a magnificent 3-game match.
It was. But the 2 games they won 21-13 and 21-13.
Yeah.
So I have to back up my prediction here.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to say that I'm not...
You're not totally convinced
I'm
yet.
not convinced, no.
No. That's fair enough. It's always good to have a little laugh.
It's not an argument,
No,
Morton.
that was a wrong phrase.
Yeah. Disagreement in opinion. Absolutely certain that it was a 4-point advantage, though. Here at the mid-game interval. 33 minutes into the match.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
I don't know if you noticed, trying to look at Targa is, putting that powder, grip powder on top of his racket, but he put the racket.
11, 7.
So should he need to run out and take another racket because of a broken string? He can't do that because the powder is standing on top of it.
Well spotted. Isn't it only doubles players that can run out and change racket?
It is, but you know, otherwise you wouldn't put your racket on. You have it in the bag.
Exactly. No logic to it.
Nope. And I don't like that.
No. You like to be logical.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm so boring.
No, not at all. Good left, very good left.
Good length. And then that's the
yes.
beauty.
Yeah.
I used to say to my players that lift cross court into that forehand, playing players fast enough to attack it, is a bit of a junior shot. And we still see it happening even at this level now and again, and had a fine example of it now.
Former England player with me, Ray Stevens. Do you remember Ray Stevens?
Yes.
He used to call it baby badminton.
Baby badminton.
He said to me, Jill, it's not juniors now. It's not baby badminton anymore. You have to think in a different way.
Play proper shots.
Yeah. Baby badminton. You have to grow up quickly. Playing at this level, just cannot get away with shots that you can in junior badminton.
It's over.
That's one of his favourites.
14.
As we were remarking yesterday, he doesn't miss many of those.
Way up there on the tape. Look at that.
Yeah, look at the heights. Yeah.
That's good. That's good play by Hu.
9-40.
That was quite a big deflection, wasn't it?
Okay.
That was very nice.
So, this is the last.
Final last hurrah. Get back now.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna
He's
be
got
too
to
late.
get back into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is last effort. Out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's over. 15-10.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
I like when, you know, obviously it was easy for me to see it here because I'm sitting right in front of the target. But when you notice that, look at that reversed smash there.
Yes.
There's this slight disguise in the smash. Not enough to take the power completely out of it, but still very powerful smash, but also disguised at the same time. And I love that shot. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the shots that's coming very natural to Target because of his grip. His grip is slightly turned a little bit, and it means that it comes very natural to him to play these reverse shots, and that's also why you see that his favourite smash is from his round the head corner, cross court.
When you say his grip has turned slightly, do you akin it to almost a Western grip in tennis, but not to that sort of extent?
Yeah, not to that extent.
Yes. So just 3 points away from a place in the semi-final. That's nice.
Service over. 11-18.
It is lovely. I think it was 14-10 that you remarked, Morton, that it was now or never.
11-18.
It was 14-7 down as far as I remember. Score 3 good points.
Yeah. Indeed, indeed.
Yeah, not the way to go.
19-11.
But I think in the defence of Hu Yun, I think, you know, played so well last week, had a tough week, got all the way to the final, played many tough matches, and he had a hard one yesterday. Yesterday against Simon. So, you know, in all fairness, I think he has done all it takes, and you know, credit to a very good performance, getting to a final and getting to a quarter-final here.
Yeah. But beaten by Kenichi Targo today. 41 minutes.
Match won by Targo. 21-18, 21-11.
Yeah, a couple of simple errors. Return into the net to give the match point opportunity, and then a very poor return of the serve short, and it got what it deserved. Confirmation 21-18, 21-11, and Kenichi Targo through to the semi-final, where he will meet the world #1 and defending champion Lee Chong-wei. Well, this is how a quarterfinals day has been so far. We started with men's doubles, and the world champions Mohamed Hassan and Hendra Setiawan needing 3 games against Setiawan's former world and Olympic partner, Marcus Gideon, with his new partner, Finaldi. And it was women's doubles, and the #2 seeds, the European champions, going down to another left and right-handed combination. Then men's doubles, and once again it was 3 games. We really did start with some tremendous matches. And then the world champions in the mixed doubles, Ahmad and Natsir. Really too good for Mr.